welcome to Community Viewpoint. I am your host tonight, Maria Hurst. John will be joining us next week for more segments. And I am so lucky tonight to be joined by Ken Shockley, the Director of Veteran Services here in Pahrump and for Nye County. Hello, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming up. And I'm so excited to be talking about what we're talking about, and which is the new building.
Right.
And the services that are offered by Veteran Services. I want to open with the new building is located at 1981 East Calvada Boulevard. There is a picture of the lovely new building. There is going to be 4 programs located in that building. There is going to be Veteran Services,
right,
which you offer a variety of services, and I want to talk about all of those. And there's also going to be Health and Human Services, and that is, they have a variety of services that they offer to help the community, from their Ryan White program to their food bank to help with like medication assistance. They have all kinds of services. And also the Community Health Nurses Office, which is the Nevada State Health Division, along with the WIC program. And some of you may recognize me from that program, because that's where I work, at the WIC program. Anyway, so all of those services will be in one area. And it's exciting because sometimes we do share clients.
Absolutely.
Because we have grandparents who take care of grandchildren who are veterans. We have parents who are veterans. And it's exciting that we get to be in this one area.
Right. We have a lot of clients that can go from any office, from our office to the WIC office to Health and Human Services or the health nurse, and get some of those services. So it's really nice to have all those in one area.
It's really convenient because then they can get everything done, and everybody's busy these days, and especially it's so hot outside, and everybody we're talking to right now knows all about that. So if you can get it all done in one trip and then go home and be in your air conditioning, it's much nicer. So one of the programs, before we get into the Veteran Services, I'm just going to cover just the phone numbers of all the programs. Nye County Health and Human Services, they are at 751-7095. The Community Health Nurses Office, the Nevada State Health Division, where you can see Maureen Budall or Libby Hamrick. They're the nurses there. You can call 751-7070. Or the WIC program, you can get a hold of us at 727-4884, extension 2 or 3. And now the Veteran Services, you are at?
751-6372. And we also have an 800 number, which is 888-924-4308.
What's nice about that is you cover all of Nye County.
And Esmeralda as well.
Okay. So somebody living in Goldfield or Tonopah, they can call the 800 number and they can actually video conference with you from the Health and Human Services office, right?
It's a toll-free number, so they can call us. And up in Tonopah, we actually have a video teleconference program to where we can chat virtually online to each other in real time. And I can take care of filling out all the forms. We can scan in their documents that they have in Tonopah, and they're sent to me securely, encryption, and I can take those and review them and apply them to the VA forms, and we can get all their stuff taken care of without having them drive 3+ hours each way in order to take care of their meeting.
And sometimes when somebody needs those services, they don't have the resources to be able to drive
Exactly.
that far.
It's very expensive. It's very time consuming. Even for us with a small staffed office, it takes a lot to drive from here to Tonopah, set up an office, see a client, turn around, and drive all the way back. It takes a full day when I can pick up the computer, dial up in less than a minute, and talk to somebody and virtually see somebody in less than a minute. So it's very time consuming, saves a lot of time. It helps out tremendously.
That is awesome. So even if you are receiving services from the Veteran Services, or if you're in Pahrump and you're moving to Goldfield or Tonopah, there's no worries. You'll be able to access Ken's the services through the Veteran Services very easily. Also, with the other programs, with community health nursing and with WIC, those services and the Health and Human Services, all of those services are also available in Tonopah. So if you know anybody in Tonopah, and those offices do as well offer services to Esmeralda County residents. Well, Health and Human Services, I'm not sure about, so don't quote me on that one, but I know that the Community Health Nursing Office and the WIC office will serve Goldfield and Tonopah and Round Mountain and Dyer, all of those little communities out there. So let's talk about the building for a minute.
Sure, I'd love to.
I'm so excited about the building.
It's been a long time coming.
Yes, it has. I know when we joined the county, when Rick joined the county and the Community Health Nursing Office, it was like right around the corner. And then, you know, as with any kind of building, even when you're building a house, there's always something, you know, that has to be taken care of,
Right.
but they're well worth it once they get done with all the
Absolutely.
snags. It's always worth it.
Right. We were originally right in the Calvada duck ponds in the eye there, and we were moved across town to the Maryland-Gavilan complex. And we were waiting for this building to be completed, and now that it's completed, we're moved and we're all set into the new location and ready to rock and roll and see our clients.
That is awesome. And the building is beautiful. I mean, where your offices are, it's just great. You are right in the back entrance to the right?
Correct. We are in the back entrance. We are located real close to the handicap accessibility, and you can come right into our office right on the right-hand side.
That is awesome, and it's real easy to get to, and I heard they were going to put a picnic bench outside.
That's in the works,
So
right?
I heard that, so if you don't see it soon, hey, say, where's the picnic bench, so we can get it.
I believe Commissioner Boraski was working on that.
That's awesome. They always do such good work to get us what we need and get our clients what they need. So what services, let's go over, I know you're offering the same services, but let's go over it, and it's probably going to be a lot easier because it's a better building.
Right.
We were talking earlier before the show about the heating and cooling, and it's going to be a lot nicer because it is actually a physical building and not a modular.
Right.
So that's going to be nicer, and the clients will be more comfortable.
Absolutely.
And it'll be easier.
We're going to have
access.
almost double the space that we had previously. We actually have running water and a restroom facility in the building, so that's going to be nice for our clients as well. We have easy access wheelchair to get in instead of having to wheel up a ramp, so that's going to be another addition for us. And like I said, we have almost double the office space of what we have currently, so that's a good thing. And on top of that, we can actually take on more volunteers and more staff to train those individuals who want to help out in our office. So it's going to be a wonderful transition and great thing for us to get into this big building.
That I'm so excited about for all the programs, and especially your program. It's just wonderful. Let's talk about the volunteers for a minute. If somebody did want to volunteer,
Sure.
What would be their process to go about doing that?
We do have a Nye County volunteer application that they need to complete, and with
Okay.
a background check. And because we deal with Social Security numbers and secret information that we really can't leak out. So we do some background checks to make sure that they're drug screened and have a good background so they can work in our office and volunteer.
Okay.
And once that is complete, then I kind of do a formal interview with them to see if they are qualified or if they want to learn, because I can definitely train somebody on the computer. I can train them with the knowledge. It just takes a little bit of time to do so. So if anybody is willing to learn and help out, I can teach virtually anything from answering phones to doing office filing to doing
Okay.
even more complex stuff as far as counseling individuals on what forms are needed to
Okay.
bring into the office.
So this might be something good for maybe retired military.
Exactly. Somebody
To-
who has some time on their hands or is not currently in a working position, I'd be more than happy to train them on, give them a little bit of work experience, or take some time off their hands and keep them busy.
Yeah, and then they know they're helping people and they've been through that. So I'm so excited for you, because I know that it's been rough for all the programs being kind of squished.
Right.
It's a non-technical term, but I know all the programs have been kind of squished. So it's just going to be really, really nice, and the community is going to like it a lot better because, like you said, the restroom facilities, the conference facilities, the entrances, the exits, everything is just great. Let's show the building one more time, just so that we can maybe they can recognize it as they're going down Calvada. That's the building. If you're coming down from 160, you're just going to go down Calvada, and it's going to be right on your left as you circle around the county complex. If you're coming up from Pahrump Valley, you'll have to come up and around the duck pond and then go back down Calvada to enter into the parking lot. But that's what it looks like, and there will be signage pretty soon, I think.
Right.
So I'm not sure when, but
And our office in that building would be on the opposite side. If you go through that exit, we're all the way down the hall on the left-hand side. The quickest way to enter our building is to park on the back side and come in through the rear doors, and we're right on the right-hand side.
okay. And it's not that far, like if you do happen to go on the other side, all the programs are happy to direct you.
Yeah,
So-
we're going to have big signs up, and it's a really nice facility. I can't be any happier with the way it came out.
Yeah, it's really nice. When we went and saw the offices last week, we were really excited. So it's really nice. Let's talk a little bit about some of the other. I know there was some of the other. Well, let's talk about you for a minute, actually.
Sure.
Let's talk about Ken.
All right.
And you have quite an extensive background. So, and you actually, you're part of the KPVM family as well. Because
Absolutely.
you had a show here for quite a while.
Exactly.
So I'm going to let you talk about yourself for just a minute.
Okay.
Let's go over.
Well, let's start. I do have a military background. I am a former Marine and was in the Marine Corps for just shy of 5 years and was medically discharged and went through the VA process on my own and was not very successful. I did it on my own, and after the VA came back and gave me a low rating, I did not feel it was right and started to pursue avenues of getting it increased. Shortly after that time frame, I moved back across the country a couple of times and ended up moving here to Pahrump and found the article in the paper advertising a position for a veteran service officer, and I applied for it, and luckily enough for me, I was hired for the position out of the hundreds of candidates out there. And I've been in this position since March of 2006, so just a little bit over 6 years now, and it's been going well. I've since been promoted to the Director of Veteran Services, and I'm really taking on the program and making it run and trying to be as smooth as possible.
That's awesome. And I know that I'm so glad that you got the position too, because you have helped many people. And I know my neighbors are veterans, my grandfather's a veteran. I know that there's a lot of people out there who know your name and know who you are and have been helped tremendously by you and your services. Yeah. and the program that the county offers. And it's really, really nice that you're able to be there and be there for the citizens of Pahrump, because there's the closest office then for them to get any help, and with long waiting periods, I'm sure, is Vegas then,
That's right. I am the only county veteran service officer in the state of Nevada, and that makes it really important and really vital, especially since we have such a high veteran population in town. And we have almost 25%. I think the actual statistics are 20%, but I'm thinking it's higher because they don't have all of the veterans that have recently moved here or that have gone to the county and registered. So I think it's higher, closer to 25% of actual veterans themselves. And then if you take the dependents on top of that, we're close to 50% of our population here is veteran-oriented, being a dependent in some fashion or a veteran themselves. So we have close to 9,000 here in Nye County, and they seek our services.
Yeah.
And being the only county veteran service officer, it's very important because, just as you said, if they have to drive into Las Vegas or up to Reno from Tonopah, it is a very long drive and a very, very long wait to get services.
And very and hard, because if they need disability services especially, that trip is, I mean, that can take a toll on their life, their actual life. I mean, that can, it can be very exhausting. I mean, they could
Absolutely.
be, for somebody that has just a certain amount of energy to do something, if they would have had to do that, I mean, they could be, have to be in bed for a week after that. So.
Exactly, and being a disabled veteran myself, I do understand that, and I do sympathize, and I do try to help them out as much as possible. And I even go to the extent, if a veteran cannot leave their house, I will get in my van and take the office to them. I do have portable equipment to where I can scan and print and copy all the documents that I need on the spot and draft it up right there in the veteran's home and take care of them in their home in their comfort.
That is awesome. I mean, you can't get better than that. That's awesome.